श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभः निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। मूकं करोति वाचारं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणे स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितं पुराणमुनिनां मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्बा त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते विभेद्वेषिणीं नारायणपुरो व्यक्ता दण्डमव्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्वमे लोकाः स्तद्वीपा च मेदिनीम् अवतीर्णश्च कालट्यां केदारीन्तर्हितश्च यः चतुष्पीठपतिष्ठाता जयताच्चङ्कुरो गुरुः शङ्खारूपेण मच्चित्तं पङ्गीकृतमुबोध्य किङ्किरी सदा माया शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये. So Krishna, sorry, after Duryodhan, Bhishma blew his Shankha, all the Kauravas blew their Shankha as well, and all the other musical instruments. And then Krishna, followed by Arjuna and Yudhishthira, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva, with all the other upon the Pandava side, blew their Shankha one after another. Right? So with that Shankha noise, what happened was Saghosho Dhartarashtranam Pradhyani Vedarayat Nabascha Prativim Chaiva Tumulo Venunadayan. So we are looking at this 19th, we just completed this 19th shloka last time. So that sound of continuous blowing of that conch shells and musical instruments from Pandava side one after another, it pierced the hearts of all the Kauravas army, and it reverberated through sky and earth. It's such a noise it made, and it was again we heard this previously as well, right? So in Virata Yuddha, when Arjuna blew his conch shell, Shankha, all the Kauravas fainted through that noise. It was such a huge. Now imagine Krishna blowing, Panchajanya, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva, Arjuna, everybody blowing, and all the other kings blowing their musical instruments, how that would be after one after another and non-stop continuously going. Right? So that's what happened. So then we look at the next shloka. We start with the 20th shloka today. So there are three shlokas, 20, 21st, and 22nd. Probably we will look at all that together. So 20th, Atha Vyavasthitam Drishtva Dhartarashtran Kabidvijah Pravrutte Shastra Sampate Dhanurudyamma Pandavaha. So meaning is, O king, thereafter seeing Dhritarashtra's men standing in the positions when all the weapons were ready for action, the son of Pandu, who has flagstaff as Hanuman in his chariot, raising his bow, said this following word to Rishikesha. So that's the 21st shloka. So there is a part of it. So this comes here. So he said this to Rishikesha. What did he say? So again, Rishikesham tada vakya midamaha mahipate. So that's part of the previous shloka. Arjuna uvacha. What did Arjuna say? Senayor upayor madhye ratam stapayamechyuta yavadeva detan niriksheham yoddukaman vyavastithan karmaya sahayodavyam asmin ranasamadhyame. So Arjuna says, Vachudha, please place this chariot between both the armies until I survey these who stand intent on fighting and those who are going to engage in battle with me in this impending war. So we look at these three shlokas to start with. So the first one again, Atavavasthitam Društva. So here, so again, all those Kauravas were terrified and all of that. Enemy is standing. Again, looking at those enemy, they're terrified but still standing there, ready for the battle. Tada, then Śāstra sampate pravratte. So that means, so here when weapons were ready for action, Pandavaha, that means the son of Pandu, which is Arjuna here, Kapidvaja. So Kapi is here Hanuman, Dvaja is flag. So who is having Hanuman as his flag, if we remember right. So Hanuman gave this in Vanaparva we saw this, right? So Bhima, when he was going to Gandhamadana, Hanuman stopped him, and then after teaching a lesson to Bhima, Hanuman agreed to support Pandavas in this war. He says, Hanuman says that when that time comes, I will be on Arjuna's flag and I will protect, right? So that Hanuman is there on Kapidvaja. That's why Arjuna is also known as Kapidvaja, the one having Hanuman as in his flag. So Arjuna again, he is having that, and that is again because it says that Arjuna is the one fearless one. Okay, he is the fearless in every way. That's why he is called as Kapidvaja. And Dhanurudyamya, raising his bow. Okay, Dhanu is bow, is raising his bow. What is his bow called? Gandiva, for fighting. So he raised this bow. Aha, said idam. So that's the next shloka, which is Vakya Vidamaha. Okay, so aha means he said, idam, this. So he said Vakyam. Vakyam is sentence. So he said this Vakyam. So he said the sentence to whom? He said it to Rishikesham, to Rishikesha, that is to Krishna. Rishikesha, we already saw the definition previously. The one who is impeller of all the organs, was again cognizant of everyone's mental states, right? So Rishika Indriya means Indriya, senses, Isha is the Lord. So he is the one who is everyone's senses and states. He is the one who is the control of everything. Again, this is to say that here Rishikesham means the reason it's saying that Arjuna is not saying something because on his own he's given that inspiration to say that by Krishna himself. So that's why it is Rishikesham. Again, when stating all the, again, Madhusudana Saraswati in his Bhashya, he says that when Sanjay is narrating this, he's highly praising all the kings assembled there and everything, and saying that they are all following Dharma and Pandava side, and he talks about all that highly. But he says that addresses here Dhritarashtra as Mahipate. Okay, so Mahipate means ruler of earth. Mahi is his earth, Pate is his lord. Okay, so it is Pate. So is the again he says that all of them are very have this statesmanship and righteousness and everything. That's something you are lacking. Is hinting to Dhritarashtra, and that's why you will not see victory. So Sanjay is hinting that that's what Madhusudana Saraswati in his Bhashya he says. And then again Sanjay introduces that very sentence of Arjuna. Arjuna saying, Stapaya. That means please place, halt. Halt what? What is going to halt? Ratham, chariot. Okay, so he's going to say, Stapaya, please place this chariot where? madhye, between, okay, ubayo senayo, both armies. So where it needs to be stopped, stop this chariot, place this chariot between both armies. So on this one side, there is on our side and the enemy side. Between these two sides, which are close to each other, place in between this thing. So again, Sanjay is telling here Dhritarashtra that Krishna himself, who is the Paramatma, who is Bhagavan himself, is being instructed by Arjuna here to do something, and the Bhagavan does what he asks him to do. Okay, so when that happens, victory of Pandavas is assured, it is guaranteed. So Arjuna instructs him, and again, here one might think that Arjuna is asking Krishna to move the chariot in front, and Krishna might say, why are you asking me alone to go there? Those all the warriors, Bhishma, Drona, all this might shoot me down, right? So Krishna acting because he is a human, okay, he might say that. That's why Krishna addresses him saying that Achyuta. Okay, so Achyuta means again, Sri Madhusudan Saraswati in his Bhashya, he gives the definition that Deshakala Vastushtachutam Tvam Kova Chava Chavayitu Mahartiti Bhavaha. So that means the one who is indeed can dislodge you who remain Achyuta. So it means nobody can dislodge that person. Okay, such a person remains Achyuta. That means he is immovable. Okay, so both in relation to time, space, and objects, he cannot be moved. So because he is ever present, he is always going to be there. Okay, from time's point of view, and again, he is everywhere. And so such a person is called Achyuta. So again, tells him that Krishna is addressed like that because you are Achyuta, we can go there. Because once you go there, nobody can do anything, right? So Arjuna again states here that placing that chariot in the middle, yavat, that means at such a point, reaching where I can nirikshe means survey. So where I can survey etan, these people, that is Bhishma, Drona, and others who are there, and also from my side, right? So I can survey this, who are all here, avastitan, who stand here, okay? So, but not out of fear, okay? So just who are standing here, yodha kamana, so that means who are intent on fighting, okay? So, but not desiring any peace or anything like that. So those who are here, I want to see them. Again, yavat here is there is another meaning. Again, one is saying place this chariot at a point where I can see, or also yavat might mean it could mean that it indicating of is indicating a time. So that means until I survey this army. Okay, so it could mean that place in such a point where I can see this, or place in such a place this chariot until I see these armies on both sides. Yodha Kamanam. So both sides who are intent on fighting, who desires fight, who desires this war, I will. I want to see this. I want to see them. That's so Yodha Kamanam. That's why place there. So when you say it's place in that middle of that, Krishna might ask, is it not you come here for battle? Okay, why you want to survey this place? Anticipating this, Arjuna says that Kaihi, etc. So he said the other words like Kaihi and other words. He says that Asmin, in this, okay, so Rana Samudveme, in this impending war, okay, the preparation for the fight among relatives themselves that's going to happen. Kaihi Saha, with whom maya yoddhavyam. So whom I am going to fight. Okay. So he says in this Rana Samudhyame, again, Samudhya is generally, it is means full capacity. Okay. So in this battlefield, which is a full capacity where everybody is there. So uh, that place, whom I'm going to fight, right? So that's what he says. So Kai Maya Yoddhavyam. So who are going to engage in battle with me? And in this battle undertaken by whom do I stand as an opponent? This is great curiosity for Arjuna. And that's the purpose of placing this chariot in the middle. And it is for knowing that this is the reason Arjuna asked Krishna, saying that place my chariot in the middle until or at a point where I can see all these people who have assembled, so I can see who has come here. Okay. So again, it you might say that, okay, is there not a possibility of this? There is some sort of treaty that's happening now that everyone is assembled. People might think that this war should be avoided and things like that. So expecting such a thing, Arjuna says the next words, which he says that yosyamana yosyamanavekseham ya etetra samagatah dhartarashtra sadurbuddher yuddhe priya chikirshava. So he says that these who have assembled here and want to accomplish the war, what is dear to um, perverted son of Dhritarashtra, I find them to be intent on fighting. So again, I think they are. I want to see them, and these Dhritarashtra sons who are here for intent on fighting, those are the ones I'm here to see. Okay, so ete here means these, so like Bhishma, Drona, Ashwatthama, and others, Kripa, and others. Ye who, ye means who, so that means these who are. That means rather than uh, uh, removing this perversion or doing something else, what they are, so they are Priya Chikirshava, so Yuddhe. So they are here wanting to accomplish in the war what is dear, to them. So they are here to accomplish what is dear to them. So that is Durbuddhe Dhartarashtrasya. So the degenerated son of Dhritarashtra, the wicked son of Dhritarashtra, that is Duryodhana, who does not know the means of his own protection. So aham, I, avekshe, find them. So I find them. So those who are here to accomplish their own intent, their own desire, what is dear to them, for Dhritarashtra's son, that wicked son. Okay, I find them. Aham avekshe, I find them. Yosemananam. So the intent of fighting again. So those who are here on intent of fighting, I find them. Okay, but they are not here for making any peace or anything. They are here for the battle. So again, that's why I want to survey this enemy. So that's what Arjuna says. So in again, one might say that Dhritarashtra might think here that in all probability Krishna, who is directed like this by Arjuna, might think that, okay, we might again stop Arjuna from war. So thinking like that, Sanjaya tells the next set of shlokas. He says this one, Sanjaya Uvacha, shloka number 24. Sanjaya Uvacha, Evamukto Rishikesha Gudakeşena Bharata सेनयोरुभयोर् मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् भीष्मद्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षितान् उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान् सम वेतान् कुरुनिति. So here Sanjaya says, oh Bharata. So again, was sign of Bharata. Rishikesha being told by Gudakesha, he placed that chariot between the two armies in front of Bhishma and Drona, as also all the other rulers of the earth, and said, O Partha, see this assembled people of the Kuru dynasty. So he says that, so he points to them, see this people. So we'll look at that a little bit more in detail. Again, Bharata means the scion of the line of Bharata. Okay, so it's addressing Dhritarashtra. The idea again implied by this address is bearing in mind that also the rules of decorum of Bharata dynasty give up this hostility among the relatives. So it is telling Dhritarashtra that Bharata is not just you, it is both armies, both sides are Bharata. They are all from Bharata's race, right? Bharata's line. So give up this hostility, stop this war. So then again, on being told so by Gudakeshena. So by Gudakesha. So Gudakesha means Gudakaya Nidraya Ishena Jita Nidrataya Sarvatra. So the one is who's conquered the sleep. Okay, who that is by Arjuna, he has conquered his sleep. So we come across this story, for example, in Adiparva itself. When Arjuna was very young, he did not sleep. At night time also he used to practice, right? So Drona became very surprised by him. And so he asked him, what are you doing in this night? And Arjuna says that he looked at his brother. Bhima was eating in the darkness. He knew where the food is, where the mouth is. So hand was used to go from there to his plate to mouth, even in darkness, because he knew where the mouth is. So looking at that, I realized that even in darkness, if I know where my arrows are, where my bow is, I can still release the arrows. So that's why I'm practicing, right? And similarly, we learned in Vanaparva when Arjuna did that penance to please Shiva. At that time also he did not sleep. So again, many occurrences we see. So he's the one, that's why he's called Gudakesha. So he's this Gudaka Snidra. So it's sleep. So he's Isha is the one who conquered it, who's victory, who has lordship over it. So he's conquered it. So that doesn't mean he's Lord of Nidra, means it doesn't mean he sleeps all the time. He is conquered it. Okay. So we have some people, Gudakeshas, who always sleep, right? So who like sleeping. But here, Arjuna, Gudakesha means who is actually conquered it. So again, because his conquest of sleep was alerted him in every way, Bhagavan did not become angry by attributing the guilt under the idea that this one, even though my servant, my friend, and things like that, he employs me as a charioteer or anything like that. Bhagavan did not feel anything, nor he did restrain from Arjuna from battle. So Krishna did not stop him from battle. So, but what Krishna did, Stapayitva, placing Rathottamam, that excellent divine chariot, which was given by Agni during the Kandava, burning of Kandava forest, at that time given by Agni, that Rathottamam, that divine chariot, the best of all the chariots, that's placed being driven by Krishna himself as a charioteer. Where did he place? Where did he Stapayitva, placing that chariot? Where did he place it? Madhye, between Upayo, that means the two Senayo armies. So he placed that between Madhye Upayo Senayo. That means he is placed that between Senayor Upayor Madhye. He placed that between the two armies. So Then we look at the second shloka here. Bhishma Drona Pramukataha. In front of Bhishma, Drona, and Pramukataha, again, all the prominent leaders on that side. Again, Bhishma, Drona is mentioned because they are the seniors and they are the uh, uh, ones noteworthy of mentioning from that side. Right? Again, placing before them cha, that means also, in front of Sarvesham Mahikshitam. So of all the rulers of earth that's assembled there, who placed that Ratha there? Rishikesha. So Rishikesha, we already see the Bhagavan himself, Sarvesham Nigudabhi Prayajno. So that means the one who knows the secret intentions of everybody, right? So the one who is previously in the definition, we said he is the control of all the senses, right? Now he is saying again, Sarvesham Madhusudana Sarvasti in his Bhashya, he says of Sarvesham Nigudhabiprayajno. So that means one who knows the most secret intentions of everybody. That means here he is understanding that Arjuna was smitten by the sorrow and delusion, and said to Arjuna with a kind of satirical smile, he said, Partha. He told address Arjuna here as Partha, O Partha. Again, Madhusudana Saraswati in his Bhashya, he says that this word is indicating that Prataya Stri Subhavena Shokamoha Grastataya Tatsam Banid Ban Tatsam Ban Dinastavapi Tadvatta Samavastite Suchiyan. So he says that he is addressing as Partha as Pritha's son because of due to her femininity in the subject of grief, delusion, and things like that, that has come to him from that association. So it is Madhusudana Saraswati gives such a definition. But when we go into second chapter, when we start seeing Sri Shankaracharya's Bhashya, he slightly gives a slightly different meaning to Partha or Pandava and things like that. That says Shankaracharya at that time says that this all qualifies Arjuna as someone who is worthy of receiving this instructions from Krishna because he is highborn. Okay, so that's one of his qualifications. That's why he's worthy of receiving such an instruction from Krishna, this Atma Jnana, as part of this Bhagavad Gita. As part of this instructions, he's worthy of receiving. So, but on the other hand, here Madhusudana Saraswati says that Krishna used the word Partha just to say that he is Pritha's son. That means he's showing the feminine side of him, thinking about all the sorrow, grief, everything that's delusion that's going to come to him. That's why he's addressing him as Partha. So again, the Krishna who is his rulership over all the organs and everything. So that reveals that Krishna is the ruler of all the Rishikesha. We looked at that, and also Krishna assures him of safety and protection by advertising to mutual relationship. Again, Partha could mean other meaning as well. That means Pritha, your mother Kunti, is my father's sister. Okay, so Pritha mama pituh swasa tasya putrositi. So Madhusudana Saraswati here explains that the other meaning probably is Pritha is saying that don't worry, I will protect you. Okay, because you are my father's sister's son. So remaining free from anxiety under the charity, Krishna's charityship, Krishna says, Bhashya, see, without fear. Look at this, without fear, Samavetam Kurun. So all the assembled Kurus who are here intent on war. So Bhashya Samavetan Kuru. So see all these Kurus that's assembled here. So he says that looking at this, all these people, I under careful my charioteership, where you will shortly. So look at them, all of them. So Krishna tells him again this speech, Lord here saying that look, see, etc. He's saying that to give courage to Arjuna. Okay, look at them, all of them are assembled here for battle with the intent of battle. They are assembled here. Again, Sanjaya would have otherwise, Sanjay would have narrated this that Lord placed the chariot between the armies, right? So he would not have said, Krishna said, look at these people assembled here for intent on fighting, right? So Sanjaya uses those words in narration, saying that Krishna told him, see these people assembled. Okay. So let's look at what Arjuna says after this. Again, we'll pick two shlokas together, 26 and 27. Tatra pashyas stitan partha pitrun nata pitamahan acharyan matulan ratrun putran pautran sakinstata shusharan saradaschaiva senayoropi tan samikshya sakaunteya sarvan bandhun vyavasthitan. So he there, then Partha saw the marshaled among those armies, his uncles, his grandfathers, his teachers, his maternal uncles, his brothers, sons, grandsons, and all the comrades and father-in-laws, friends, and everybody. Looking at them, son of Kunti, seeing all of them, all the relatives arrayed in that in front of him, became overwhelmed by supreme compassion and said these words sorrowfully. So what did he say? We'll see that in the 28th shloka. So we'll look at a little bit more in detail on these shlokas. So this 26th and 27th, and then we'll see what Partha said. So Tatra, then on being permitted by Krishna to see the view of commencing of the battle, Partha, Arjuna here, Apashyat saw Stitan marshaled. So he saw those marshaled Senayo Ubhayo Api. So among the both armies. Okay, it is not just Kurus he is looking at his side as well. Both armies, Ubhayo Api. So he's looking at both the sides of the armies. He looks at that. The word here, Atha, is used as a synonymous word with Tata also. Okay, so both are same synonymously used. So here, what did Arjuna saw? In that he saw the enemy ranks, he saw his Pitrun. Okay, so his uncles, Bhurishravas and others he saw. Pitamahan, grandfathers, Bhishma, Somadatta and others he saw. Acharyan, teachers, okay, his gurus, Drona, Kripa and others. And then Matulan, maternal uncles. Who are they? Shalya, Shakuni and others. Bhratrun, brothers. Okay, Duryodhana and all his brothers. Pautran, sons, Lakshmana and others. So Duryodhana's sons and others were there. Sakin is his comrades like Ashwatthama, Jayadratha and others were there. Okay, all of them were there. All of them are of his own age, right? So all of them studied together. And Shasuran, father-in-law, fathers of wives, and Sarud, so friends like Kritavarma, Bhagadatta, and others were there. And also on his side, okay, again here, Sarud means it is not just friends, but anyone who has done some good. Okay, for example, his fathers of the mothers and others, all the relatives or whoever that assembled there. So again, he looked at on his side as well, those kind of people, right? So he looked at Drupada, Virata, his own brothers, right? Yudhishthira, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva, and he looked at his sons, Draupadi's sons, Abhimanyu and Ghatotkacha and various other people, right? So he looked at all of them. So such being the situation, again, Sanjaya here shows that upon Arjuna, whose judgment or discrimination became overpowered due to contrary of his understanding, called delusion. Because of that, and that delusion is he suddenly started thinking killing is great sin, and also due to his mental confusion, which is called grief, his is which is the obstacle, that grief is the obstacle of understanding that this battle being sanctioned by the Shastras and it is meritorious. So that grief is coming from the idea of mine, mine, and things like that. So that grief is coming, and that desire to refrain from his own duty, Kshatriya duty, that is, which is the battle, which had previously become ready, and he came all prepared for that battle. So Arjuna says, with that grief filling up with him, he says these words. Okay, so what he says, I will look at in the next shlokas. So 28 and 29. So Arjuna says, Kripaya paraya vishtu vishidan idam abravit. So Arjuna says, Arjuna uvacha drishtemam swajaram Krishna yutsam samupasthitam sidanti mama gathane mukam cha parishishyati vepatuscha sharire me romaharshasya jayate. So he says, so Arjuna looking at them, so again, Kripaya paraya vishta vishitan idam abravit. So Arjuna looking very sorrowful, he says, Arjuna says that seeing all his kinsmen, O Krishna, arrayed in this with desiring the battle, all these people looking at them, my limbs drop down, okay, and my mouth dries up, and a tremor comes in my body, my hair stands on end. So he says that this is what happening. So I can't stand properly. My body's tremors I feel in my legs are shaking. My mouth is dried up. My limbs are dropping down. Body is dropping down. So that's what happening. So we will look at these two shlokas in detail probably next time. So because I'm not going to finish today. If it, any question?